Sound topic. A girl noticed that when she shouts into a cave, she hears an echo. Which property causes an echo or reflection? What is the right answer?
C.
C is the right answer, the reflection. Question 12. In a test, a car horn is found to be too loud and pitch it's too high. What information does this give about amplitude and the frequency? It is too loud and it is too high pitch. What it gives the idea about the amplitude and the frequency?
A.
A is the right answer. Amplitude is too high, where and frequency is also too high. A student wishes to measure the speed of a sound in air. She plans to measure a time between the sound and hearing echo from the cliff. She used the equation speed is distance over time. What type of sound she make and the distance she could use for her calculation? Continuous sound means like she's producing a sound wave, so continuously sound waves are going to moving and then returning back. She's continuously producing a sound.
B. Multiply by 2.
So what's the answer? So she should produce a continuous sound or a sharp sound?
B.
So it should be a sharp sound. Actually, D is the right answer. Why not a continuous sound? Because what will happen if she's continuously producing a sound? So the sound which is traveling towards right hits the reflecting object and bounce back. So the two sound waves can cancel out or interfere with each other. So she may not be able to record or receive her sound back. That's why she should only produce a sharp sound, like produce a sound. That sound will travel, hit, and then return back so she can record her sound. If she's producing a continuous sound, then she cannot recognize. If she's producing a continuous sound, she cannot recognize which sound is coming after a reflection. That's why it should be a small or a sharp sound. So just she produce like shout or say any word, that sound travel, hit the reflecting surface and bounce back. Is it clear? Question 30. The diagram shows the waves shape of two different sound. The scales are in the same each diagram. How does sound 2 compare with sound 1? How sound 2 is compared with sound 1?
A.
Loudness means height or amplitude. Two sounds have the same loudness. You can see the height of sound 1 and height of sound 2 is same. So they have the same loudness. But when you check the number of the waves, sound 2 is having less number of waves, so sound 2 is having a lower pitch or lower frequency. Pitch means number of vibration per second. So when you check for sound 2, so for sound 2 you will find it is having a smaller or lower pitch. But when you check sound 1, you can see the sound 1 is having more waves. So as it is having greater waves, it means it is having higher pitch. So that's why pitch means the number of waves. That's why D is the right answer. Sound 2 is having a lower pitch and sound 1 is having higher pitch. Pitch means number of waves in 1 second. Amplitude is the height is same. The height means amplitude. So they have the same amplitude. Which row state two properties of sound waves? Can travel through vacuum, can travel through water, or what kind of wave is sound? What could be the answer?
Sir, it's C. I think.
There's a background noise, Hashim, from your side. It's possible, kindly. So sound waves can travel through water and they are longitudinal. A man holding a pistol and it stands 650 meter away from a spectator. The spectator hears the sound of the pistol after 2 seconds. Seeing the flash, using the information, what is the speed of a sound? So how you can find the distance between the spectator and the pistol? That's 640 meter, and sound took 2 seconds to travel. There's no reflection here. So speed is distance over time. So V will be the right answer. A boy blows a whistle that has a frequency of 10,000 hertz. The boyfriend cannot hear the sound from the whistle. The friend has a normal hearing. He can hear the normal range. He can hear from 20 hertz to 20,000 hertz. What could be a reason why he cannot hear the sound?
D.
So, because frequency is audible, 10,000 is audible frequency. A normal human ear can record this 10,000. But think what happened, because the amplitude might be too small, that does not reach the boy's friend. So B is the right answer. The lighted candle is placed in front of a loudspeaker that's making a loud, steady note. The candle flame vibrates because of the sound waves. Which type of waves are sound and which direction does the flame vibrate? What could be the answer? Sound waves are longitudinal, not transverse.
C.
Yes. So sound waves are longitudinal, and longitudinal wave, the direction of the movement of the particle is vibration is same as the direction in which the wave travels. A student claps once when standing 100 meters away from a large ball. The speed of a sound is 330. How long after clapping does the students hear an echo? So it's a reflection. So student is standing in front of the wall, and the distance between the student and the wall is 100 meters. And the speed at which the sound travels, that is 330 meters per second. So whenever there's a reflection or echo, so the formula for speed is 2d divided by t. So speed is 330, 2d, and the time, we are finding a time. The distance is given in the question, that's 100 meters. So we are finding a time. So cross multiply. So time will be equal to 2 multiplied by 100.
B.
200 divided by 330. So B or 0.61 second. Whenever there's a reflection or echo, the formula which you use to solve a question related to echo or reflection, because the sound travel and bounce back, so speed is equals to 2 times distance divided by time. The speed is given 330, 2, and the distance between the reflecting surface and the source is 100, and the time is unknown. Just cross multiply. So it means the time is equals to 2 multiplied by 100 divided by 330. So 2 multiplied by 100, that's 200. So 200 divided by 330, you will get 0.61 seconds. The diagram represents two sound waves. The scales of two diagrams are same. Which statement describes the waves?
A.
They have different loudness. No, they have the same loudness. The term loudness means the height. You can see the height of wave 1 is one box, and the height of wave 2 is also one box. So they have the same loudness.
Yes, it's the different pitch.
So they have the same loudness, but they have different frequencies or different pitch. So D is the right answer. Question 21. The diagram represents wave produced by 4 sources.
D.
Which sound is having the highest frequency or highest pitch? So number of waves per second for D is higher. So D is having the highest pitch. A girl stands at a distance from a large building. She claps her hand and short time later hears an echo. Why is an echo produced when the sound wave hits the building? So C is the right answer because there is a reflection. Sound travel by wave motion. Which property of wave causes an echo? So again, reflection, C is the right
C.
answer. Question 24. A student listens to a machine that makes a sound of different frequencies. He can only hear one of the sound. Which frequency of a sound is a student able to hear? The audible range is from 20 hertz to 20,000 hertz. Ten also cannot be heard. 30,000 is too high. So 2 kilohertz or 2000 is in the audible range. This is a structured question about the experiment, how to find the speed of a sound. Okay, next question. A device at the bottom of the sea emits a sound wave of frequency 200 hertz. The speed of a sound in a sea is 1500. What is a wavelength? How to find a wavelength? The formula which we use to calculate, which relates speed, frequency, and the wavelength. So speed is equals to frequency multiplied by wavelength. So speed is 1500, frequency is 200, and the wavelength is unknown. You can also say wavelength, you can also say it's lambda. And so it is 1500 divided by 200.
7.5.
So this will be 7.5, and the SI unit of the length is meters, so 7.5 meters. The sound waves passes from a seawater. So sound waves are in a seawater and then they enter the air. What happened to frequency? Frequency of a wave when it travels from one medium to another does not change. So frequency of any wave, even it's a sound wave, light waves, radio waves, any kind of wave, the frequency remain unchanged. So frequency will be same or unchanged. But what happened to speed? A sound was in water, a liquid, and then it entered a gas. So what happened to speed of a sound? It will increase or decrease?
Decreases. Decrease.
Yeah, it will decrease because in gases, it will decrease, not increase. Because what happens, sound waves, sound require a medium, sound travel faster in solid as compared to that in liquid. And in liquid, it travel faster than gas. So this is a sound wave, so the speed should decrease. But for other waves, such as like light waves, opposite will happen. Because these light waves, it does not require a medium. So when it travels from high density medium to low density medium, its speed will increase. Ultrasound passes through both human flesh and the bones. Figure 5.1 shows an ultrasound source emitting or sending an ultrasound wave into a human flesh. Ultrasound waves travel through a flash at point X and then through the thickness of the bone at point Y. Some of ultrasound is reflected and returned to X. The total time for ultrasound to travel in the bone from X to Y and back. This is a total, like ultrasound traveling from X to Y and then hitting the bone and returning back within the bone. This time interval is given 9 nanoseconds or 9 microsecond or 9 exponent minus 6. The speed of a sound waves in the bone is 4,100 meter per second. You have to determine the thickness of the bone, or in short, you need a distance. So if I need a distance, whenever there is a reflection, so formula, whenever there is a reflection, so speed is equals to 2 multiplied by distance divided by time. So speed is given in the question. It is 4,100. Distance we don't know, and the time is given 9 into 10 to the power minus 6 or 9 microseconds. This 9 exponent minus 6 multiplied with 4,100 multiplied by 9 into 10 to the power minus 6 and divided by 2. So you will get the thickness of the bone. 2 is multiplied with distance, so it will be divided, or time is divided, so it will be multiplied. Or you can directly first work out the formula. So if you need a distance, so it will be speed multiplied by time divided by 2. So you just substitute the values. What's the final answer after calculation? (18 exponent minus 3 meter), 18.45. That's the final answer of it. Okay, 18.45, or you bet like the final answer is coming out 18.45 into 10 to the power minus 3. meter. So we always prefer answer in 3 significant. So I can say 18.4 into 10 power minus 3 meter. So the thickness of the bone is in approximately 18 millimeter. And that's correct. Like, is it clear, this question? A loudspeaker produce why we multiply the distance by 2? Because in the you have the formula, the normal formula for speed is distance over time. But what happened, like example, if I say the distance between x and y is d. So distance between x and y is d. So what happened? The sound wave travel from x to y, so they cover distance d, and then when strike and bounce back also cover distance d. So actual distance covered by the wave is not equal to d, it is equals to 2d. Going, hitting the surface and bouncing back. So the total distance which is covered by the wave is equal to twice of the actual distance between the source and the reflecting surface. Is it clear? And what is meant by frequency? Frequency means number of waves or number of vibration in 1 second. So number of waves in 1 second, that is refers to frequency or number of vibrations. Then a sound waves travel in air towards the barrier with a small gap. Represented, these are the compressions. What is meant by compression? So definition of a compression, it is a region of high pressure so region of high pressure where the particles are closed, we call that as compression. On the figure 7.1, draw a pattern. The wavelength of a gap, the width of the gap is smaller than the wavelength. So if it is smaller, it means more diffraction. So what we have will show more diffraction or curved surface. The barrier is gradually increased so that the gap become wider. Describe how it will affect the pattern of a compression after the sound waves have passes through. So what will happen, because if we increase the gap size, if gap size is bigger, then what will happen to diffraction? It will increase or decrease? It will diffract more or less? So diffraction will be less. So it will have a less diffraction because the gap size is bigger than the width of the wave. In the water, the wavelength is 0.25 and the frequency is 6 kilohertz. Keep in mind, don't forget to convert these prefixes. Kilo means 10 power 3. So if you need a speed, so you have the formula V is equals to F lambda. V is the speed which you are finding, F is a frequency. For example, student substitute 6 instead of 6 kilo and 0.25. So 6 into 0.25, it will give 1.5. That is wrong. Why? Because actually the frequency is 6 kilohertz. So what we should do? So V is equals to F lambda. F is a frequency which is 6 kilo means 6,000 multiplied by 0.25. So what will be the speed of a sound wave in water? It is 1,500 meter per second. In the last question, Yusuf, they asked, what will happen if you increase the gap? Like if I increase the gap, so what happened to diffraction? If the gap size is bigger, so what we'll observe the diffraction pattern, so it will have a smaller or a less diffraction. It will diffract, but small amount. And in this question, you have the speed, you need a speed. Speed is frequency multiplied by wavelength. So frequency is 6,000 and the wavelength is 0.25. So 6,000 into 0.25, we get 1,500 meter per second. State a typical speed of a sound in air. What is the typical speed of a sound in air? You can mention 300, you can mention 330, or you can mention 340. State and explain for the sound produced by a loudspeaker how the wavelength of a sound in air compare with the wavelength of sound in water. By example, what happened? In air, the sound is traveling slower. So speed is less, the wavelength is also smaller. But in water, the speed of a sound is more. If the speed is more, the wavelength should also be higher, but the ratio between speed and wavelength will be same. Because the frequency is a ratio between speed and wavelength. So speed divided by wavelength in air or speed divided by wavelength in water, both should be same. So in air, it is moving slower, so wavelength is smaller. In water, the speed of a sound is more, so wavelength is greater. But the ratio is same. Example, if I say the speed of the sound in air was 300 meter per second, and the wavelength, example, wavelength was 10 meter per second. So when I find the frequency, it is speed divided by wavelength. So speed is 300 and the wavelength is equals to 100. So sorry, wavelength is equals to 10. So 300 divided by 10, what I will get? I'll get 30 hertz. What happened when it enters the water? So when it enters the water, the speed will increase. In water, the typical speed is 1,500. So what will happen? Sorry. So what happened? The speed increases. The wavelength will also increase, but the final answer should be 30. So speed is increasing, speed become 1,500. The wavelength should also increase. So 1,500 if I divide it by 50. So what will be the frequency? 1,500 divided by 50. So the frequency again will be 30 hertz. What happened in air? The speed of a sound is 300 and the wavelength is 10 meters. So speed is 300, wavelength is 10, so 300 divided by 10, I'll get 30 hertz. Same thing, in water, the speed increases, the wavelength will also increase, but the frequency will remain unchanged, or frequency remain constant. Sound in a sound is longitudinal wave. What is the meaning of a longitudinal wave? So the term longitudinal wave means particles vibrate parallel to direction of the wave. That's why we call that as longitudinal wave. Yeah, that's correct. The movement of the particle and energy transfer is parallel to each other. Then the sound emerges from a loudspeaker. The sound emerges from loudspeaker through a gap. The sound diffract as it passes through the gap. How the width of a gap affects the diffraction? So how the width of a gap affects the diffraction of the sound waves?
If the width is bigger, the diffraction will be smaller.
Can you say a bit louder?
If the width of the gap is big, the diffraction will be small.
So sound emerges from the loudspeaker through a gap. The sound diffract and it passes through the gap. So width of a gap affects the diffraction. If we because the sound waves, if you check in air they have a shorter wavelength. So we should have a smaller width. Your width is inversely proportional to diffraction. A smaller width, more diffraction. So the relation between, because by example, if I reduce the gap size, if I use a smaller width, narrow gap, diffraction is more. If I use a wider gap, diffraction is less, or small diffraction. So you can simply say width is inversely proportional to gap size. And how the wavelength of a sound or how the wavelength affects, or how the wavelength of a sound affects the diffraction. If you use, like example, if gap size is same, if we have two regions with the same gap size, one we are using a smaller wavelength, another one we are using longer wavelength. Which one you think will diffract more? Longer wavelength or shorter wavelength? For checking a diffraction, the width should be, the gap size should be either equal to or smaller. Look here, this is a wavelength, gap is bigger. So if gap is bigger, then a small diffraction. Compared to the wavelength, the gap is bigger, but here you increase the wavelength. So as you use the longer wavelength, the gap size will be approximately equal to the wavelength. So what you will observe? You will observe maximum diffraction. So when we increase the wavelength, the diffraction will increase. So longer wavelength, diffract more. Look, for a diffraction to occur, what you check? You check the wavelength or length of the wave with the gap size. So example, if you have identical gap size, you have identical size of the gap, but you are using two different waves. You are using a shorter wavelength and you are using a longer wavelength. So if you use a longer wavelength, when the gap is smaller and wavelength is larger, then what you will observe? You will observe maximum diffraction. But when the gap is bigger and the wavelength is smaller, diffraction will occur, but small diffraction. So large diffraction with a longer wavelength. So increasing a wavelength will increase the diffraction. Is it clear? So using a longer wavelength, it will increase the diffraction. Less than a minute left. I'll share another link with you after this. After 2 minutes, I'll share the link.